The room feels unnaturally still as I stand at the window, watching the taillights of Kara's car disappear into the night. The glass is cold against my fingertips, much like the chill that has settled over my heart. It's over. She's gone. But the way she left, with secrets and shadows, tells me it's far from over. I turn back to face my father, who slumped in his favorite leather armchair, looking older and more fragile than his 70 years. The shock is evident on his face, his usual composed demeanor replaced by confusion and betrayal. "John, he starts, his voice hoarse. "Don't," I interrupt, holding up a hand. The hurt is too raw, too sharp to discuss her betrayal just yet. "Just tell me one thing, Dad. Did you know about the documents?" He looks away, a silent admission. I suspected, he confesses quietly. But I never thought she'd go this far. To steal from her own family? I finish for him bitterly. Seems we both underestimated her. Moving to the bar, I pour myself a whiskey, the amber liquid smooth and burning down my throat, much like the rage building within me. She played us both, I say, trying to make sense of the mess that has become my life. And now she's gone, with half of my property and your vital documents. My father rubs his temples, the weight of the betrayal seeming to crush him. I thought I knew her, John. I thought she loved us. I scoff, setting down the empty glass with more force than necessary. Love? Her love was a con, a way to get what she wanted. We were just steps on her path to whatever end she's planned. There's a long silence, one filled with the heavy weight of our shared grief and shock. "Then what do we do?" my father finally asks, his voice barely above a whisper. "We find her," I state flatly, the decision hardening like steel in my soul. "And we make her pay for what she's done to us." The determination seems to revive something in my father, and he nods slowly. "I'll call Michael, our lawyer, first thing in the morning. We'll need legal advice. And I'll start tracking her movements," I add, pulling out my phone to begin the first steps of my plan. She's clever, but she's not invisible. As I scroll through contacts and messages, searching for anyone who might know where she's headed, my father watches me, his expression complex. "Be careful, John. She's dangerous." "I know, Dad. But I don't care anymore. She's taken everything from me. Now it's my turn." The night deepens around us, filled with the sound of my determined keystrokes and the quiet ticking of the clock. Revenge is a path fraught with darkness, but I'm ready to walk it. Kara had made her move, now it was my turn to make mine. And this game, I intend to win. The morning light filters through the blinds, casting stripes across the polished mahogany of Michael's office desk. Michael, my father's lawyer, is a man who exudes calm, with a keen mind hidden behind his spectacled eyes. Today, though, there's a tension in his demeanor as he regards both of us across the desk. "I've reviewed the situation," Michael begins, tapping a stack of papers, "and it's worse than I feared. Kara transferred the deeds to offshore accounts late last night. It's clear she had this planned meticulously." My jaw tightens as I lean forward. "Can we trace the accounts?" "It's possible, but we need someone with expertise in international finance and cybersecurity," Michael replies, pausing as if weighing his next words carefully. "I know someone, an ex-colleague from my days in corporate law. She's the best at tracing hidden assets." "Bring her in," I say without hesitation. "Whatever it takes." Michael nods and picks up the phone to make the call. Within an hour, we're joined by Elena, a sharp-eyed woman with an assertive walk. She shakes hands firmly, her gaze assessing us with a professional detachment. "Gentlemen," Elena starts as soon as she sits down, "I've been briefed about your situation. Tracing Kara will be challenging, but not impossible. I'll need full access to all the financial records and any personal devices she may have used." "We can arrange that," my father assures her, pulling out a laptop and several folders from his bag. Elena opens her laptop, her fingers flying over the keys as she sets up networks and algorithms that look like gibberish to me. I'll start with the bank transfers and work my way through her digital footprint. Anything she slipped up on, I'll find it. As she works, I pace around the room, my mind racing with possibilities. The door opens abruptly, and our family friend, Detective Lisa Monroe, enters. She's off duty but agrees to help. "John, I got your message." "What's going on?" Lisa asks, concern etching her features. "Kara's not just left us, she's stolen a significant amount of assets and documents," I explain, filling her in on the details. Lisa's expression darkens with each word. "I can use some of my contacts to put out an alert. If she tries to use her passport or appears on CCTV, we'll know." "Thank you, Lisa," my father says gratefully. As the day unfolds, our team grows, each member bringing their expertise to the table. Elena's screen suddenly flickers with a list of transactions, and she points to one with a triumphant smile. "Found something. A large purchase in Zurich. It looks like she's investing in real estate, probably using your assets as leverage." I clench my fists, a mixture of anger and resolve building within me. "Book us flights to Zurich. We're not letting her get away with this." Michael hesitates. "It's risky, John. Confronting her on foreign soil, we need to be prepared. We will be," I assert, feeling the pieces of the puzzle slowly coming together. She thinks she's playing us, but she's just set the stage for her downfall. As we gather our things, ready to take this fight across the ocean, I feel a grim satisfaction. Kara has indeed played a dangerous game, but she's about to learn I'm not just a pawn in her twisted schemes. I'm the player she never saw coming. Zurich greets us with its pristine streets and crisp air, a stark contrast to the turmoil brewing within me. As we step off the plane, the urgency of our mission sharpens my senses. Elena, Lisa, and I head straight to a rented black SUV, a temporary base for our operations here. Elena pulls out her laptop immediately, connecting to the local network. "I've pinpointed the property she purchased," she informs us, her voice all business. "It's in a high-end district, very exclusive." Lisa, ever the detective, eyes the bustling cityscape. "We need to approach this carefully. Surveillance first. If we spook her, she could vanish again." I nod in agreement, tension coiling tighter in my chest. "Let's set up near the property. Observe first, act after." We drive through the winding streets of Zurich, each turn bringing us closer to Kara. The property is a sleek, modern building with a commanding view of the lake. We park discreetly a few blocks away, using binoculars to scan the building. "There," Lisa points out, spotting movement on one of the balconies. "That could be her." I grab the binoculars, my breath catching as I recognize Kara's silhouette. Anger and betrayal stir a volatile mix in my gut. It's her. It's really her. Elena keeps her eyes glued to her screens, typing rapidly. I'm accessing the building's security. I'll try to isolate her apartment and see if there are any schedules we can use to our advantage. The hours tick by as we surveil the building. Finally, Elena hits a key triumphantly. Got it. She's likely alone most of the day. Appears to have a meeting tonight, probably with a real estate agent. That's our window, I decide, my voice firm with resolve. We go in when she leaves for the meeting. Preparations are quick but thorough. Lisa checks her compact weapon, a necessary precaution. Elena supplies us with earpieces and a detailed floor plan of the apartment. As dusk falls, Kara exits the building, dressed elegantly, unaware of the net closing in around her. We wait for her to drive away before making our move. The building is quiet, the lobby luxurious and dimly lit. Lisa leads, her steps silent on the polished floor as she guides us to the elevator. Reaching Kara's floor, we exit into a hallway bathed in soft light. My heart hammers as we approach her door. Elena pulls out a slim set of lockpicks, her movements precise. Within seconds, the click of the unlocked door sounds like thunder in the silent hallway. We step inside, the apartment plush and modern. John, check for the documents or any laptop she might have used, Lisa instructs softly, covering the main entrance. I move through the apartment, each room meticulously decorated, a stark reminder of Kara's deception. In her study, I find a laptop on the desk, documents scattered around it. Grabbing everything that looks crucial, I stuff them into my bag. Suddenly, Elena's voice crackles in my earpiece. She's heading back, earlier than expected. "You need to get out now." Panic surges as we scramble to leave. Lisa leads the way back to the elevator, but as the doors open, there she stands, Kara, her expression one of shock and fury. "John? What are you?" she starts, stepping out. "Kara, it's over," I interrupt, the documents in hand. "We know everything." Her face hardens, the facade slipping. "You think you've won?" "This isn't the end, John." But I see the fear in her eyes, and I know we've turned the tables. "It is for you," I say, and we step past her, leaving her standing alone, defeated. As we make our escape, the night air feels sharper, filled with the scent of impending rain and sweet retribution. The game isn't over yet, but now, we're the ones making the rules. The storm outside mirrors the turmoil within as we reconvene in our makeshift headquarters, the documents and laptop spread out like the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle on the coffee table. Elena boots up Kara's laptop, her fingers a blur as she bypasses security measures with practiced ease. "Let's see what secrets you've been hiding," she mutters, eyes scanning the rapidly changing screens. Lisa paces by the window, casting occasional glances at the storm-lashed city. "If she comes after us..." "She won't," I interrupt, more assured than I feel. "She knows she's beaten." As Elena sifts through digital files, her expression suddenly freezes. "Guys, you need to see this." We gather around, watching as she opens a series of encrypted files. Emails, transactions, photographs, all painting a picture far more complex than we'd imagined. "It's not just Kara," Elena explains, pointing at a trail of transactions linked to a well-known criminal syndicate. "She was working for someone. Look, here are the transfers from a shell company known to be a front for them." The room falls silent as the depth of the betrayal sinks in. Kara hadn't acted alone, she'd been a pawn in a larger scheme. "Then who's behind this?" Lisa asks, her tone edged with frustration. Elena clicks on another file, and a familiar face fills the screen. "Michael, our lawyer." "Him. He's been orchestrating this from the start." Kara was just a face to the operation. Shock courses through me like ice water. Michael, the man I'd trusted, had manipulated us all. Rage builds, hot and fierce. "I'll kill him." "No," Lisa grabs my arm, her grip iron. "We do this the right way, or we're no better than they are." Plans are quickly made. We agree to confront Michael, gather enough evidence to bring both him and the syndicate down. The next morning, we face Michael in his office. His surprise at seeing us quickly turns to a smug arrogance. "John, what a surprise. Found your wayward wife?" "She's not the only traitor," I say, tossing the evidence onto his desk. "We know everything, Michael." His face pales, eyes darting to the documents. "You don't understand. I did this for us, for the firm." "For yourself," I correct him coldly. "You used us as your pawns." Michael stands, fury contorting his features. "I made you. You were nothing before I." The office door bursts open, and police swarm in. Lisa had called them before we arrived. As they read Michael his rights, he turns to me, a sneer on his lips. "You think this changes anything? There will be others." "Maybe," I reply as they lead him away. "But not through us." In the aftermath, the syndicate is dismantled. Kara, caught trying to flee the country, is arrested. The revelations destroy many, but the firm survives, cleaner though scarred. Lisa, Elena, and I stand outside the courthouse, the trial finally over. "Will you go back?" Lisa asks, nodding towards the firm. "No," I decide, feeling a chapter of my life close with certainty. It's time for something new. Something far from here. Elena smiles. "Wherever you go, they'll be lucky to have you. And you? I ask. Back to hunting shadows, she says with a wry grin. We part ways, the bonds formed in adversity lasting, but not enough to bridge the different paths we must walk. The sky clears as I walk away, the city washed clean by the storm. Ahead lies uncertainty, but also freedom, freedom from deception, from betrayal. And maybe, just maybe, a chance to start anew.